Tonight, some local veterans say the government broke a promise. They're all training to be pilots, and they were promised that their education would be paid for with their GI Bill. Now the government says they're flying solo. News Channel 4's Abby Broyles has their story new tonight. Abby?
Linda, the veterans I talked to were caught off guard and are trying to figure out what to do now. This has happened at flight schools around the country, but the OU flight programs were approved back in July. Then the VA flipped the switch just this week.
I'm frustrated, upset, angry.
Leland Kern served 6 years in the Air Force. He's been going to flight school here in Norman.
Since I have been flying, it's one of the funnest things I've ever done.
He and more than a dozen other vets going to school on a GI Bill benefit just got this email. The VA terminating certifications for students pursuing flight programs. Jared McGowan served in the Marine Corps for 5 years and has been working toward his commercial pilot license.
Just tuition alone is really expensive. Then you tack on about $60,000 for flight expenses.
I've got a wife and 5 children, and it's really hard to make ends meet, period.
Daniel Hall, a disabled vet.
When we joined the military, there was a contract that we signed, and that contract said that, you know, for a certain amount of years, we will be there 24/7, night or day, for the United States. And at the end, one of the things that they were going to do for us was help us go back to school.
The post-9/11 GI Bill placed no money limit on veterans pursuing degrees at public colleges and universities, where flight programs aren't cheap. The VA has stopped funding for vets in those programs now at schools across the U.S.
Ever since I was a little boy, I've always wanted to fly.
A dream some of these vets fear may never come to fruition. And the folks at OU are working really hard to help these vets with financing options so they can stay in flight school. The guys I talked to today are meeting with advisors tomorrow to find ways to cover at least this semester's costs.
Now.